It's my honor to introduce the Dallas Women Lawyers Association Outstanding Woman Lawyer of the Year, Veronica Moye. Starting in my role as judge, I'm going to first consider an objection. Texas Rule of Evidence 613 informs us that bias should prevent a witness from testifying if it is overt and it is obvious. And some might suggest, because of the special relationship that I have with your award winner, that I wouldn't be the best person to testify on her behalf. Then again, spending as much time as I do with her, I have a particular perspective that most of you don't have. And as the Bard once said, just because I'm biased doesn't make me wrong. So I'm overruling that objection. Veronica Moye is a Dallas native. She graduated first in her class in high school and attended Massachusetts Institute of Technology. After graduation, she attended Harvard Law School, and in 1986 went to the New York white shoe firm Cravath, Swaine & Moore, which was hardly a haven for women or people of color. She excelled there, of course. She represented Time Warner in their hostile takeover defense from Paramount. She defended Michael Milliken and a host of other parties. Veronica left and went to Lowenstein Schiller to work for the legendary trial lawyer Ted Wells, and then returned to Dallas, where she is now a partner at Gibson, Dunn & Crutcher. She has as diverse a background of experience as anybody that I know. She represented Tyler Perry, most of you know by his alter ego Medea, in a copyright infringement case in East Texas. She also deposed Sheriff Bull Connor, that intractable foe of integration. And a couple of years ago, she was hired by a small Southern California company called Apple to represent them in litigation against Epic. She was chosen particularly by Apple's CEO, Tim Cook, because she had impressed him by preparing his testimony before Congress a year earlier. That case, Epic versus Apple, has been called the Super Bowl of antitrust litigation. And when the Supreme Court ultimately rules on that case, it will likely be the most significant antitrust case of the internet era. Earlier this year, she represented Hewlett-Packard. She was retained to defend against exemplary damages claims after a 10-year fight with Oracle. The jury came back, of course, awarding no punitive damages, and that's probably the only time that a jury verdict of 8 figures was met by curses from the plaintiff's side and high fives from the defense. There used to be an ad campaign directed toward women that said, "Who says you can't have it all?" And actually, she's the embodiment of that. Aside from being one of the pillars of our profession, she is a wonderful sister. She's a fantastic, generous mother to 3 incredibly special young girls, and she is the best wife anybody could ever have. Please join me in welcoming Veronica Moye to the stage.